Well, hello there, everyone. You have our talk about for Jade Bird your lottery right here, and if anybody has watched that music video, and I can remember hearing it on the radio a couple of times actually, and about 4 or 5 times. I'm like, yeah, that listen to the radio, and I would listen to the song, and whenever I heard this song, it was kind of remind me a little bit about yeah, that it's like a listening a little bit to the beat, and for whatever reason, yeah, does it remind you of anything necessarily? Well, a little bit of such as to where maybe like a love connection source of a pattern, if you want to call it, to where that your love and pattern it is, and you used to say that love is a lottery or something like that. I'm like, yeah, love is a lottery, and you used to say that, yeah, but you count on me. So yeah, that knowing about how the lyrics go, but I was thinking about doing some Photoshop work right here. I have right here is this writing paper that I went and use this for, and but I also kept thinking too that yeah, that to everybody here that how many of us really would like to maybe see some of my pen drawing work right here. That I know a lot of Photoshop work, but so far as working with the pen work right here. And here's the guitar, but yeah, the guitar strings are a little bit balanced, but still though that but I have right here are some colored pencils right here that I'll be using for this drawing right here. But when we're listening to that song, that you're gonna like hear is to where that according to what I heard, that it was like I used to say that love is a lottery, that so yeah, something like about you were 23 and I was 22, and we used to say that love is a lottery, that and so that, and then you count on me, and so yeah, I really think though that some of the song is also related to the fact about that from I guess whenever somebody buys a lottery ticket, and then maybe that they think that they can win love, win a relationship, or maybe one of us that could be a winner of some sort. But really though, whenever you hear music that necessarily to where the exactly about what are you necessarily thinking about whenever it comes to buying a lottery ticket, or maybe buying an ice cream? And in case of anybody that may want to where that yeah, if this is all about how the relationship begins, I guess if you're going to be buying a lottery ticket, that you're also going to be thinking necessarily too that you're going to be winning some money, or that maybe win the trip to go somewhere. But yeah, maybe at the diner, if you're going to be playing one of the slot machines or something like that, and maybe win some money. But you have right here, yeah, this is a lottery ticket. This was a non-winning lottery ticket, I should say. But this is a bingo card that I went ahead and purchased, a few weeks ago, actually. And yeah, that just during time, when I was also thinking about talking a little bit more about this, about winning, about lottery tickets, that there was tickets that you would be able to buy over there at the grocery store. And back when I was young, that I can remember that if there was anybody that put money into the machine, and then I would want to grab one of those tickets and see if I would win anything. And then I know that I looked on the back of the winning lottery ticket, the winning ticket. I looked in the back of the lottery ticket, and then it said something about that you had to be 18 or older to play, and these are the basic rules about it. So it looked very interesting back when I was young, that this lottery ticket looked pretty interesting. And yeah, I looked at it, and then you just thought to just scratch off the numbers. But and you have right here is this example of this lottery ticket that I went and drew. But really, that whenever we hear that song, that are we necessarily thinking about a winning lottery ticket? And so in case of anybody that would watch the video by Jade, on my Jade Bird, that yeah, that you used to say that love is a lottery, that but you count on me. So yeah, that whenever I was drawing this picture right here, I mainly wanted to go ahead and draw this. It's like exactly like if this person, this singer was actually holding a guitar, and then they would be singing, and and they would be like changing colors, transforming colors. That it would show that word that used to say that. I know, used to say that. So, in case of anybody that may wonder as to where the number one, that I was going to do some Photoshop work with this right here, but I was also thinking too that that I really I was also thinking as to where if it really needed it, because I'm like just to show everybody here about some of the pen work that I got right here, and but still though that got right there is a little bit for the hair, but I'm sure that in case of anybody that may want to where they do some color paintings on this artist here, and draw as like if there was a that if she was actually singing, it's like I used to say that love is a lottery, that but and then and then you count on me like a win. Pick a winning number, and so yeah, that, if it's all about the moments to where how somebody connects, if it's all about buying a lottery ticket, and then you're gonna go ahead and then play, and love is a lottery or something like that. But anyway, if most of us have watched the music video, I'm like, that only about maybe 3 or 4 minutes, and you're likely weren't too, just a little bit. That whenever you're watching that video, that the first time I heard it on the radio, and I was also thinking too, what do you think about it whenever you're listening to it on the radio? Well, whenever I'm listening to it on the radio, that why is it that it's going to kind of remind me a little bit about getting the whole process going until it takes its little bit of time, and then until you gradually get things rolling again. So it's like that and I don't know if that music video is all about job interviews or anything like that, or dating, but let's just say that how many of us that I was also thinking about too. You go to the bars and you have a nice time. You meet, or you're able to meet people, meet new people, and talk about stuff. But that in case of anybody that may want to where that you can maybe do a sketch about I Love Lucy. I'm like it's you can just I Love Lucy. I'm like that show, like that the ones that came on at Nick at Night, those couple times, especially on a Saturday night, that you will watch those. But tell you about too that I keep pretty busy in school also, but still though that they have right here is that this artist, this music artist right here, I want to kind of draw her as like if she was gonna be with a guitar and just be playing the tune, just like some days, and it's like planning the lotteries. I'm like, for how does the song lyrics go? But I have drawn right here is I was also thinking too is like if I want to go ahead and draw a microphone right here. So it's like in case of anybody that may want to word it, that draw a microphone is like if she were to be. So that some of the pen drawings, and I know I do quite a few pen drawings, and the reasons why I do quite a few of the pen drawings is because that you just to see how far I go with the freehand work, and that whenever I start drawing by pen, it was mainly talk about the financial management, but so if there was a microphone right here, and let's just say that Jade, that bird, will be singing a few tunes right there on that microphone, and I used to say that love is a lottery, that and then you play and then you count on me. You used to say that love is so So instead of maybe instead of seeing knees all the time, that the tunes are going to be playing maybe by the hearts. Yeah, I know. I'm like, are we usually seeing this whenever we hear those tunes? Like you used to say that. You used to say that. Love is a lottery that, but then you count on me. But the songs that you hear about on the radio, especially the songs that you hear on the radio, that I usually listen to the soft rock stations, and I can say that there's quite a few of them that Alexia. It's like so far as baby. Lay back, baby, let it be. So baby, ride with me and see where this road goes. But also I heard this song right here too. So if there's anybody that in case of anybody that asks me that what songs have you listened to the point where you pretty much memorize the lyrics to them, but there's other songs that I have listened to. It's like "I Love You Under the Bridge" or something like yeah. Other song artists, and I'm trying to remember all the artists that sings them and what their names are. But still, a couple of them that I know are pretty popular and common. That it's like if there was a music concert that was played. But whenever I heard this song, talk about that about the lottery, and I was also thinking too that the lottery, that exactly about if we were to be writing a song talking about the lottery, then it necessarily is this about what you call winning or losing a date. If it's all about, I guess, meeting whenever you're young. I guess if that could also be the reason, it's like to where I was 22 and you were 23, and and then you count on me or something like that. So that I know the way I drew this right there is supposed to be like maybe the lady and then the gentleman were supposed to be young. I guess I drew it. It's like if they were young, but talk about for like young people that about how old. Or did you really necessarily, and I know nowadays you have to be 18 or so just to be able to play the lottery, but let's just say that, about how old were you whenever you first start talking about maybe dating or meeting somebody, and this somebody is going to maybe say that something like, you're thinking about maybe winning this date one of these days, and I don't know if that really has anything to do with the song lyrics, but basically goes by like, and you used to say that love is a lottery that, and then you count on me. I think the rest of the lyrics that goes by saying is to where you used to say that love is a lottery that, and it's say that we used to win it that the lottery and you count on me or something like that. So that is it really about the fact about is to where that that whenever you play the lottery, then between winning or losing, that the ladies are going to come to the gentleman. Maybe that a fact about if they come up to a winning lottery ticket, and then let's just say that if they do win about maybe $100 in cash or something like that. So in case of anybody that may want to word it, that if you think that that's what love is, the ladies are going to come up to the guys and say that that. But I think that the song I think goes by saying is to where that you used to play the lottery a lot. It's like the lottery, and how many of us will maybe think this to where that it has really had to do with money, and like winning money, or that that about how the connections met necessarily. How the connections met, because whenever you meet somebody, it's like I guess if you want to kind of call it as toward the stirring in the ice cream. You add the ingredients, and then you do be able to produce that certain flavor. But whenever I hear this song, it's like that you used to say that. If you want to go ahead and rephrase, like say you used to say that love is a dough. I'm like, yeah, cookie dough. It's like say a form like of a cookie dough or something like that. But anyway, so yeah, that these lotteries, lottery numbers right here, and they say whenever you're going to be playing the lottery, that necessarily are you thinking about love all the time, and I included this bird right here in case of anybody that may want to tour that bird. I'm like, yeah, the person who wrote that song can maybe say something like, you know, yeah, song artist, but with me being a graphic designer, since working on my graphic design skills, and at the time that you're likely thinking is to where that whenever you have the music artist, they're going to be playing the song, and then it's like, yeah, you used to say that back whenever we were young, that this is what we used to do, that our first kiss or maybe our first ice cream at that same location or something like that, but still though, that whenever I hear that song, I keep thinking that whenever I heard that song for the first time, that before I even knew the lyrics to it, it was mainly about as to where that getting the whole process going, and yeah, that whenever you hear that song by that artist, are you thinking necessarily anything about a job? I'm like, in case of anybody that may wonder to where if this was maybe related to a resume or some sort, how many of us are going to maybe write a song that talks about job interviews or meetings, how many of us, yeah, anybody who's you listen to music about almost all the time, even in the car, and you one or two, as to where how come, yeah, that there, we may have heard those songs that were written about, talk about job interviews. I guess the Bangles, I guess, they're talking about the Bangles, the Bangles that goes like just another romantic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, no such Monday. I gotta catch the early train. Yeah, the Bangles. I guess it goes there like just a romantic Monday. No wish it was Sunday, no such Monday, or something like that. Like so yeah, that wish I had couldn't make enough money. I'm like, yeah, that so something like that. But anyway, but talking about lottery though, whenever you're playing the lottery, but really that for like Jade Bird, and like listen to that song, and you hear her sing, and like say, you used to say that love is a lottery, that, and then you count on me. So yeah, that count on me, huh? I'm like, yeah, that if I can recall that the lyrics goes by as to where that back whenever you're young, that you may met while you were playing at the lottery, or while you were playing the lottery, but it could have maybe also been as to where if we were going to write a song, and maybe there's something about maybe making a quilt or something like that, making a quilt, or maybe working at some shop or something like that, but you're also wondering too necessarily to where that, okay, this ice cream shop, or if it's supposed to be what's called a sandwich shop or something like that. You used to say that pickles are your yeah, onions. I'm like, you used to say that onions were your favorite. That I'm like, yeah. How many of us have maybe thought of that to where that are we gonna hear that song that talks about maybe onions? Onions. I'm like, yeah, food. I'm like, okay, not very many people that even like onions. Not even in their salads. Not very many even like onions, but but still, that relish, or pickles, or I'm like, but still, though, that so in case of anybody that may wonder to where that yeah, the lottery though, you used to say that, you used to say that love. I'm like, yeah, love is what, like, well, you used to say that love was like a fairy. Your love was a fairy, or that knowing about what the hearts. I'm like, yeah. Maybe you heard that before, to where, especially on our grade book, you would maybe not see a bird, but you would see something like a sticker. And let's just say that if this was a music class, and then there would be like a smiley face like this right here, and yeah, maybe not all of it was on paper either. Put stickers up on there, but anyway, stickers or guitars or the flutes. I'm like, in case of anybody that may want to, what do you think that the symbols would look like? Yeah, the piano. Yeah, how many of us? Yeah, the piano orchestra. So yeah. You may have met somebody at the concert, and then you were just thinking as to where they used to say that our lips are the tune of music. Our lips are the tune of music. I'm like, exactly. What does that mean? So if you're going to be talking to anybody, let's just say if it's going to be what you call your first time out with them, and you may say something like that, to where your lips are the amount of tune. Like, what you talking about? What does that mean? Your lips or the amount of tune. So yeah, like a piano right there. That's supposed to be an example right there of a piano. But anyway, in case if anybody say, yeah, your lips. The lips, I'm like, yeah, the lips. The lips or the amount of tune. Okay, whatever that's supposed to mean. It means by that there's a source of language that you give by your lips. Oh really, whenever people look at your teeth and tongue, they can actually read what you're saying. I'm like, well, just look at it this way, as to where that whenever you're singing, before you start singing, and maybe people can actually read about what you're going to say. It's like you used to say that you love, or the romantic kiss or something like that. But anyway, so you got there's like a little bit of the lips right there, and how many of us can really read lips very well? It's like what the gentleman know. The gentleman can maybe say something like, you want a slice of cake? Like, are you asking me? So yeah, how many of us can really, if the lips were to kind of like be like that right there, the lips, and then I can go ahead and draw a little bit of the nose right there. So somebody's going to maybe ask me, I'm like, yeah. Somebody offers you a slice of cake, are you going to, yeah, a drink or maybe a slice of cake, You say, yeah, well, what if that moment came up to where you knew what they were going to ask? Would you like to have a slice of cake? Well, that would be nice. So yeah, how many of us have come up to those moments to where a slice of cake? But I really think though the song goes kind of like as to where you used to say that. But really, I don't know if it's all about, maybe about a reconnection in a relationship. I don't think it's really about breakup in the whole relationship. But, still, though, that you used to say that love is a lottery, but really, though, that if we're going to be talking about the birds and maybe birds and then the bees, but still, anything about romance or anything like that. But really, though, how many of us really believe that we can really be connected, using a lottery ticket? And yeah, Mike, even though if it's those real stressful moments and tickets, I'm like, yeah. And how many of us have maybe thought of that, to where that can you really still have a good connection, relationship, even though that if you got a parking ticket, you got a parking ticket whenever you went to the concert, and you're likely thinking too necessarily to where that, okay, I'm like, that don't seem fair. I'm like, but if you're parked in the grass, or maybe that if you do go to a concert and if you get a parking ticket, and but still, In case of, yeah, I usually draw a shadow. Draw a shadow at about right here for the legs, but yeah, that they draw a shadow, but go ahead and draw a shadow about right there. But I can say though that yeah, lottery tickets though that really if you buy a lottery ticket and then it's all about the fact about can you really win a date just by buying a lottery ticket. But but the way I think about it too, that I guess if it's really about winning or losing, or about think about the numbers, I guess the calling numbers, I guess whenever you're calling out the numbers, and then whenever that you're reading the numbers, I guess that those are two separate things right there. You got right there is the call the numbers, I guess call out numbers, and the numbers that you're going to be looking for just to be able to match with the winning too. But anyway, so yeah, that right there is like, yeah, talking about for the music singer right there. But anyway, but talk about for the lottery right there. And in case of anybody that say like, yeah, draw hearts and maybe stars, like you got right there's the heart right there. But anyway, but I mainly want to go ahead and then add in details right there, for the guitar right there. Do a little bit of Photoshop, but see what I can do later on. But right now, I just want to go ahead and show the pen sketch right here, by the artist. It's like you used to say that love is a lottery, but then you count on me or so. So yeah. So whenever I listen to music, a lot of times, that does it kind of like, yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of something a little bit more like somebody that knows me a little bit more for what I do, and then they realize later on, and it seems like it's a lot more work. So it's like that whenever you start writing a song, and then maybe if you form a group of about maybe 5 other people, and then they want to sing along with you, or something else that they want to go ahead and look at that as to where which call top popular. I'm like, yeah, or something like yeah, it could have been something else too. But what is that something else? Well, it could also been a buzz to where that's going to remind you of these moments, and with some of these moments though that you met whenever you were young, and yeah, that but still, whenever I listen to music a lot of times on the soft rock station, I'm also thinking about is to where they, I guess, yeah, about how to reconnect, and then about how others get to know me as well for what I do. So if there's any source of love that's gonna come up, and in case of anybody that may want to where that love starts, it's like for how love starts, and but I don't know how many of us will maybe warrant to where that if love, if love did start at what you call those bad moments, as to where that, if it was due to a stressful situation, and sometimes though that maybe you don't want to be reminded on some of these stressful moments, but other than that, talk about the connections, but there you have it. Talk about right here the music center right here. And I can go ahead and add a little bit right there for the mouth right there. It's like if the music artist, Jade, you bird, like, yeah, if she were to be singing, and I can use to say that, yeah, from how we met, and then whenever we played the lottery. But anyway, everybody, I'm like, yeah, I listened to the song maybe a couple times on the radio, but really that then you're counting on me. I guess that's usually that's what I heard. But I'm like, yeah, and then you're counting on me. So it's like yeah, exactly. But what does that necessarily mean by you're counting on me? But yeah, that I guess. Does that basically mean is toward that you can win a date? Win this moment. Yeah, winning or losing, or what you call that favorite moment, to where that yeah, this person offers you a slice of cheesecake, and then you offer to cook them breakfast one morning or something like that. I'm like, how does a connection start? But it's like I say, you used to say, but then now you say, and then later you'll say. But but still though that. So I say, but anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Talk about the Jade Bird, your song right there, and knowing about for you say the pen sketch drawings. You see, but anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.